What's going on, y'all? Trying to make a quick video to get a couple things off my chest, show you some random connections of how my brain works. So the other day I was laying in, well, not the other, I guess it was last month with the election, was laying around and I was thinking about pendulum swings. I don't know if back in the day when I was a kid, somebody had one of those little balls where you pull the ball up and let it go and it comes back and hits the other balls and the other side comes up, right? I don't know exactly what the name of those balls are, but I was always fascinated by them as they went back and forth. And it kind of came back into play when I was younger. My mom and my aunts had these things called clackers, which are like two 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inch balls on a rope, and you did this thing and they would hit down here and come up and clack. And you know, if you were really good, they'd hit at the bottom and hit at the top. I think they call it clackers, can't really remember. I swear this randomness is getting somewhere. So when I used to take my daughter to the park and she wanted to go higher on the swing, what I would have to do is pull her back and then push her forward. The higher I pull her back, the higher she would swing the opposite side. Kinetic energy for you nerds such as myself. Kinetic energy is what it's based upon. So I'm gonna go through a couple of things and then I'll connect them all. I like football, love football to death. That's actually my favorite sport. But I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. That's my least favorite team. Let me cut my TV off. So that's my least favorite team. But my dislike for the Cowboys does not make me blind to the rules of the game. So in other words, I can watch a Cowboys game and offsides is still offsides, pass interference is still pass interference. So let me bring into play on what I'm talking about. Basically, I'm going through politics with this. When President Barack Obama, that is, got elected, the pendulum swung to the left for some, swung far left for some. When he got reelected for a second term, the pendulum swung even higher, right? So in connection with physics and kinetic energy, because the pendulum had come up so high, when it swung back down, what happened? It had no choice but to swing far right in the opposite direction. That, in essence, scientifically, not so scientifically speaking, is how we got President Donald Trump. Those who were disdained with President Barack Obama came out in droves after he got his second term. President Donald Trump got in office, did his thing, and the pendulum swung from far right to far left again. And unscientifically speaking, that's how Vice President Kamala Harris got elected and President Joe Biden. I was asked during the election by an Alief president, they asked, was I excited about Vice President Kamala Harris being elected as the first African-American vice president? And unapologetically, I was like, no, I'm really not as excited as I could be, because it has less of an impact on my daily life than one could imagine. And I gave this example. I said my local officials, such as my school board elected officials, have a greater impact or a bigger impact, a more immediate impact on the lives of my family. I said, I'll give you a prime example. For the last 2 weeks, my daughter's school has had COVID-19 cases, outbreaks in multiple numbers, more than one case each day for 2 weeks straight and going. And they've yet to shut the school down. They've yet to practice disinfecting practices or do any of the things that they allege that they do in the district. So this immediately impacts my community because children in the community go to that school. People that live in my community work, in the district. So the practices, the policies and procedures of my local officials have a more immediate impact on my community than Vice President Kamala Harris. I'll give you another example. They stopped giving away meals during the day for the children. So those are just some of the things of how my brain was thinking. And I received, ironically, that there was I think it was January 19th, there was a school board meeting. And there was a gentleman there, I won't name names. I'm sure you may know him, but there was a gentleman there who was the president of a teachers union that was speaking. And On Tuesday, he spoke against the district and some concerns about that teachers and himself have had. I think school board meeting is at 6:30. He spoke patient presentation. Well, on Wednesday morning, the gentleman passed away immediately after the school board meeting. So I received a phone call later on that week. It might have been like Thursday, Friday, from the teacher and from an Alief teacher. And she was like, it was amazing to get the confirmation of what you said in hindsight about the school board policies or local policies having a greater impact on our lives than the election of Vice President Kamala Harris. And then we went into talking about how the union representative spoke on Tuesday night at the board meeting, passed away on Wednesday, and the connection between that. I say all that to say, people, getting a tizzy about when we talk politics, but that my brain doesn't just work like that for the politics. Politics seem to be a dividing nature. So my purpose of talking about the pendulum is, no matter if you're Republican, Democrat, or whatever, and talking about Dallas Cowboys, our ideals shouldn't be that far off that the pendulum should be swinging so far right and so far left every time that we do something. If every time we vote, or if every politician is this far apart in their stances, we got to start questioning ourselves on why our ideals are so much not aligned. I have a problem with that. It's no different than every November, maybe December, all of this publicity comes out about feeding the homeless and taking care of the homeless. And it upsets me because I'm a community service oriented type person. So it upsets me to see so many people, for lack of better words, on the bandwagon to take care of the homeless community and community in November and December. And they're starving to death, struggling January through October. Where is that same emphasis? They can't even get to November and December because there's 10 other months in which they're struggling to death, but nobody worries about helping our community then. So I say all that to say that we have to get to where we're not so blinded by politics where I can't be a Dallas Cowboy fan or not be a Dallas Cowboy fan, but all of a sudden offsides means something different to me because that's not my team, or false start means something different to me because that's not my team. Politics has got to stop being the one avenue where we allow people to lie to us and it's just called politics. We have to start finding people that actually care about the community, whether they're Republican, whether they're Democrat. Guess what? There's some good Republicans out there. There's some good Democrats out there. There's some good whatever political party out there. We got to stop going so far left and so far right that we're having this constant battle of up and down, and this pendulum is swinging so far right and so far left that the United States, our country, our community, our district in Alief is terribly affected by those decisions. I don't even know how we got to this point, but it's sad to say that politics has become a back and forth game of everything to do but our community. So that's my rant, the connection between the pendulum swing and, hey, if you're wondering how we got President Barack Obama for 2 terms and how we got President Donald Trump for a term and then how we ended up back with Vice President Kamala Harris, that's what's happening. The pendulum is going back and forth for all you kinetic energy nerds, but that's pretty much it. I love to hear your comments, concerns, or opinions about anything that I said, including those Dallas Cowboys. All right, bye.